Hi everyone, I'm going to introduce you to another crystal today. This is another one that I recently picked up, which I also didn't have in my collection. I wasn't in the market for any new crystals, but if you saw my last video, and then when you see this crystal, you'll understand why I had to buy them. So this one is Rainbow Moonstone. Slightly deceptive name, I suppose, because we've basically got white moonstone with flashes of black throughout it. But if you hold any sort of moonstone under certain lights, you will see all sorts of colours, so I suppose the rainbow name is somewhat warranted. So this is a point or a wand that I've purchased. Again, this was very cheap, I think, I'm not sure, maybe £6 or £7. For a really nice chunk of crystal. I mean, I've got big hands, but that's a nice piece of crystal. So Rainbow Moonstone carries a lot of the properties that you would expect from moonstone anyway. So I've got a beautiful flash of blue going on the back there. So it is a very feminine stone. It's great for working with feminine energies, for bringing out your feminine side more, for working with anything related to kind of feminine issues. So it's a great stone for that. It's a great stone for working with the moon as well, obviously from the name. But what we have with the Rainbow Moonstone is a few enhancements. So the inclusions of the black in this particular crystal, which I'm actually not sure what they are. I wonder if I can quickly find out for you. So it's composed of, oh no, that's a bit complicated. What actually is it? I'm not sure. I'm sure if I can, oh there we go. No, I'm sure if I find out I can just update you anyway, but yes, so the inclusions of the black mean that we have a kind of another layer of meaning and another layer that we can work with this particular crystal. So the black here will bring balance to the white. It's almost like a yin-yang effect. So the black and the white bring balance into your life when you work with this particular crystal. The black can also really help to protect us. So you may be familiar with a lot of dark crystals, like your black onyx, obsidian, anything like that really that is quite dark in colour is a very protective crystal. So you'll get the same sorts of properties as you get from them for this particular crystal as well. So, you know, if you're doing any spiritual work and you need protection, then this is a good one to work with. It'll allow you to, you know, connect with your guides, but also keep you safe from anything else coming in at the same time. This crystal, as well as bringing balance, can also bring the harmony. So this is why I say it's almost got that kind of yin and yang effect. It's the harmony of the black and the white, the good and the bad. You know, life is about balance in everything. It can also help with soothing aggression as well. So if you're feeling particularly angry, or, you know, even perhaps it could even work if you've got, you know, if you've got an animal in the house who is reacting to something and, you know, they're a little bit out of character, perhaps behaving a little bit aggressively lately, you can use this around the house to help to try and calm those energies and cleanse the house of any kind of aggressive attributes. What else? So it's a very elegant stone, so it can bring kind of elegance and grace into your life as well. So if there is a situation that you need to handle gracefully, then this can be a really helpful stone to work with. As it's moonstone, it can also help, you know, I said about it helping with all sorts of feminine issues, but it can also help with fertility, which is very common with working with different types of moonstone. It can help to boost confidence. So the black will connect us to the lower chakras, which can help us work on our confidence and bring more confidence into our life. Let me see, let me just check if there's anything I missed. I think that is Oh yes, so I did briefly talk about, connecting with this stone. So it can actually help with our psychic abilities, our psychic perception, our intuition. So that's taking us to the third eye chakra. So this is why I say it's quite a good one to work with. If you're doing some spiritual work, this will allow you to connect, but also keep you safe at the same time, which, get a crystal that can do both. So it's a great stone for those purposes. Let me think, is there anything else? So with it connecting to the third eye chakra, it can help us see the bigger picture. So instead of focusing on the minutiae or, one specific aspect of a situation, it can widen our vision, stop us getting that tunnel vision, and help us to see the bigger picture, which can be useful because as humans we will tend to zone in on something very specific, and sometimes we miss everything else that's going on. So if there is a situation where you need to step back but you're having difficulty doing so, this can be a really good crystal to work with. So there we go. So as with any crystal, it's really important. So the last crystal I showed you was from the quartz family. So it wasn't as vital. As I say, I still cleanse mine, but it wasn't as vital that you do your regular cleansing. But with moonstone, it's a very delicate stone, and it will hold on to those energies. So it's really important that you do your cleansing. So last time I showed you how to use quartz, and you can do the exact same thing again with this one. You want to be careful with moonstone. You're not going to be able to use every single cleansing method. It is a fairly hard stone, but I find it to be quite delicate, so I would be cautious. I wouldn't go burying this in the earth. I mean, I don't think moisture should affect it, but I would just, it's so beautiful, I just wouldn't risk it when there are other methods. So I wouldn't go burying this in the earth. I wouldn't use a water cleansing method. I would stick to satin spar, clear quartz, or smoking it to cleanse it personally. And obviously this crystal adores the moonlight, so charge this under the moonlight whenever you can, preferably under a full moon. So what I'm going to do with this one, because again I've not yet cleansed it, so again I'm just going to work with clear quartz this time to cleanse this particular crystal. And I would do the same sort of method that I showed you before, and you can instantly feel the energy between them as you start doing this. So I'm just going to wrap it around and envisage all of the unwanted energies being removed from this crystal. Now I would usually spend a little bit more time doing this than I did with the quartz, because quartz is a self-healer, a self-cleanser, whereas the moonstone is probably going to need a little bit more help. So what I'll do is I'll put these down on a surface together and just allow them to marinate, and allow that clear quartz to absorb all of the unwanted energies from the Rainbow Moonstone. And then the next time there's a full moon, this one is definitely going out to absorb the energies, and then I will hold it in my hands, focus on the crystal, and then I'll set my intentions for how I want to use this. And then once I've used it for that particular purpose, I'll repeat the process again, cleanse it, charge it, and set the intentions. So that is Rainbow Moonstone. Just give you a closer look. I'm so impressed. There was lots of different types, so you might see a Rainbow Moonstone that doesn't have a lot of inclusions, but I was particularly attracted to this because of how much black there was on it. I just think it's stunning. Do you know what it reminds me of? There's a crystal, can't think what it is now, but it's like orca, it's something orca related, and that's really what this reminded me of. It reminded me of an orca whale, which they're one of my favourite animals, so I think that's why I was so drawn to this one. But yeah, isn't it beautiful? Oh, I didn't tell you about the zodiac sign. So this is a perfect crystal for the zodiac sign of Cancer, but as I always say, it will work for absolutely anyone, and you can work with a few chakras with this. Its main purpose is the sacral chakra, but you can also connect to the root, and you can connect to the third eye because of some of the properties that we discussed, but also the crown chakra as well. But it mainly resonates with the sacral. Well, there we go. That is Rainbow Moonstone, and I hope you love it as much as I do. And I will see you in the next video.